Welcome. I've done a couple different videos on this Orico drive dock and a Western Digital Red 8TB drive, and I'll put a link in the description to those videos if you want to check those out first. In this video I have it connected up to a Synology NAS, and I'm checking to see if there's a difference between the USB 3.0 and the eSATA interface on the drive. So right now I have two USB disks plugged in. I have an older 2TB drive, and I have the Orico dock with the Western Digital drive in, and that's this USB disk 2. So I'm going to go into my terminal here on the Disk Station Manager, and if I type CD space / and ls, we'll see that we have volume 1, which is like the main array, and then we have this volume 1 USB, volume USB 1, which is the original USB drive, and the volume USB 2, which is the new one. So I'm going to type copy space -r and then space / volume 1 / ds_share / ISOs. So this is a folder I have with a bunch of ISOs in it. I think it's about 42 gigabytes. Then I'll type space and I'll type / volume USB 1 / USB share / and I'll hit enter here, and I'll let this I'll hit Control C. Actually, I want to run this at the very beginning. I'm going to type time, and I'll hit enter. I don't really care about the speed of this USB 1, but what I'm doing is I'm copying this in case it's going to load anything into a cache. At 42 gigabytes, I don't think it's going to be loading that all into a cache. But I'll run this here, then I'll run it on the USB drive I want to test. I'll switch the connector so it's running on the eSATA, and I'll do the test again, and I'll see which one was faster. Okay, so that's finished. That was 7 minutes, about 7 minutes 30 seconds. So I'll run the same thing again on the newer 8TB drive. Okay, so that finished up at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So now I'm going to switch the interface from USB 3.0 over to the eSATA. I'm going to reformat the drive, and then I'm going to run the test on that drive. Okay, so the drive's set up ready to go, so I'll close out of this, go back to my terminal, I'll type this command out again. Okay, so I think I have the right path here. I'll hit enter and we'll time this. Okay, so that test is finished, and if we look at the results here, the older drive is 7 minutes 26 seconds. The 8TB drive in the Orico dock is 3 minutes 40 seconds on USB 3.0, and it's 3 minutes 27 seconds on eSATA, so it's slightly faster. Now I want to say that this is on my active server, and it has surveillance station set up on it, so there is some activity on it, not a lot, but that could make a little bit of a difference. But I tried to do this at a time when I didn't think there was going to be a lot of activity changing things a lot. So, you know, the best way would be to run this multiple times, but these results are pretty close. So, you know, if you want to go with USB 3.0, I don't think you're going to be out a whole lot. I'm going with eSATA though, probably. And the reason is it gives me an extra USB port on there. Typically you'd use this eSATA to hook up a, expansion drive set, but I won't be doing that. So I'm going to use this in there, and I'm going to use it as a backup drive. So you have about 13 seconds difference between these two results. That's not a tremendous amount. And this was, I think, about 42 gigabytes of data. Actually, what I can do is I'll run that here and see exactly what it was. Yeah, it says 42 gigabytes of data. So, it's not a huge difference if you're using USB 3.0 or eSATA. And these results are probably pertinent to most of the series that allow for the eSATA extension devices. So this is on a Synology DS918. I'm guessing the DS718 would be similar, and the DS1019, because those all have the same processor in them. They're essentially the same thing with different drives in it. So this one I have has two USB ports on it and the one eSATA port. So if I use the eSATA for this backup drive I'm going to be using, and then I have one USB for my UPS, that gives me an extra USB port to, say, plug in a thumb drive or something if I want to copy things directly to the NAS device. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Again, I'll put my affiliate link in the description to this Orico drive dock and the Western Digital Red drive. And if you buy using those links, it helps me out a little bit. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.